Okay, so I'm Lauren.
Connor.
I'm Connor Strauss.
Carly LeDay.
I'm Kristina.
Okay, and today our meeting goal is to find a solution for the problems that are occurring at Systems Computers. Today we're going to be going over the problem, identifying it, we're going to define and analyze the problem, we're going to establish criteria for the problem, we're going to generate possible solutions, and then we're going to evaluate the possible solutions. So first, let's go ahead and identify the problem at Systems Computer.
Okay, I think one of the problems we have is that the employees aren't working together.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I feel like one is also prejudice. In the
Yes,
company.
definitely prejudice.
I think definitely one problem is team management within the business that has drawn a big red flag within the company.
I think there's an overall culture of racial insensitivity and it's creating lack of communication.
Definitely. Efficiency is a problem.
Efficiently, yeah. I mean, it needs to be, as a whole, the everybody working together needs to, come together and work as one instead of individually,
Teamwork and
going outside of their own.
everyone.
And definitely being more sensitive, like Connor said, to other people, and especially with the racial background. But overall, just the team they're not working together, they're not melding. It's just not working right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and define and analyze the problem. Okay, so obviously we have a lot of problems going on at Systems Computers. So what do we think, we can kind of put it under one overall term? What do y'all think?
Definitely, I feel like our biggest ones would be efficiency and team management.
Okay.
That almost covers all, it puts a lot of them into that category because prejudice can fall under that.
So
disrespecting others can fall under it. And the consequence from this problem is that the company isn't running smoothly, they can't meet goals on time, and that will hurt the company.
So you feel like if there's an improvement in team management that it could help overall with the prejudice and the racial insensitivity and everything like that. Overall, if we work on team management, we can fix all of those little problems along with it.
Yes. Do y'all?
Yes, I feel like
Yeah.
team management is also a big thing because they talked about how certain people did not want to interview.
Right.
So that would also help with that.
Okay.
Just working together with different
Yeah, I mean, chemistry within your business is by far one of the most important things. So if everybody's off track and doing this and doing that, then the efficiency within the business is not going to be at your, what you desire.
Right.
So definitely team management and having everybody on the same page is very important.
To go on that, I think that the introduction of the new policy to give bonus points to managers who hired people who are ethically diverse from the overall company kind of forced people into a situation where they had to stereotype
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely.
potential candidates, and that put an overall stress on everybody instead of maybe just introducing this new policy with no previous training or anything like that.
Right.
Then they kind of forced the company into a situation where they weren't ready to change and they didn't know how to change.
Definitely. So overall, our problem is team management within Systems Computers, and that's going to help fix all of our smaller problems, correct?
Yes.
We good? Okay. So next, let's go ahead and establish criteria for this problem, team management.
Well, when thinking about criteria, we need to try to think in what time frame
Right.
we can
So
create, make this solution be solved and done with.
Efficiency.
how y'all
yeah.
feeling? For a year, 6 months, couple years, 3
Quarterly.
months?
Couple
I was
months.
thinking
Months.
within,
3 months.
3 months
3
or
months
so.
for sure.
Okay.
Because you want this business to get,
It's a big problem. It's,
The
it's
potential
causing the whole
is-
business
yeah.
to stop.
Yeah.
The biggest problem was they said they were already losing profits.
Right,
from-
exactly.
from the
So-
situation.
Yeah, so if you want to wait 6 months, then you're just dragging the problem out
Right.
even that much more. Where if you were to get in there as soon as possible and really just kind of get on the staff and everything and really make it instead of 6 months or maybe 9 months, a year, yada yada, you can really just make it within 2 months or at the latest 3 months.
Yeah.
The faster I think it could make greater changes.
Right. And then if the problem, if that doesn't work, they can always go ahead with another plan or focus on a different problem. So that I think that's a really good time.
And you can propose multiple different solutions but we stick with one, of course, and that's time management and everything, team management and everything. But yeah, definitely within 3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, I think 3 months is a
3
good
months at the latest for
goal
sure.
date, yeah.
Okay. Another big thing, like Connor said, with losing money, so we definitely want to talk about the cost. I think that's a big criteria. So what are y'all thinking, like cost-wise? We should try to keep it under. Do you have any roundabout numbers?
Well, I think the most important thing with cost is retaining the employees that we already have,
Okay.
or that they already have. It does cost so much more to hire a new employee, so
Right.
that would be keeping costs down, retaining the employees to have all, fixing the underlying situation.
Okay.
Retaining employees, because then you have the same exact employees. So if you're going out and hiring other, employees, whatnot, then that can cause problems within the business, and then that's time efficiency.
Let's say that could
And
also
then-
hurt our other criteria.
There you
at
go.
the
So then
time.
if you're going within 3 months, then you hire new people, then you have, amateur problems, yada yada, then that can push back your 3-month time frame to 4, 5, possibly 6 months.
I also think with criteria that something that we need to consider is making sure that the employees that are talking about leaving, that we can find a solution that's going to reverse that thought process, kind of satisfy them, but also kind of help to weed out people that just aren't going to change.
Exactly.
So,
Making
So
sure
it's-
everyone feels comfortable, and
yeah.
is happy to work there, because if you don't have
Yeah,
happy
definitely a
workers.
positive work environment for sure.
Wait, did we ever come up with a money, like a price?
I think we mainly focus on employee retention,
Mm-hmm.
but if we want to put a cap on it, we
No,
can
no,
say-
we can. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
employee retention, because that follows price.
Okay, so we're going to say, like, right now, our main criteria is we want to keep it at 3 months. We want to make sure that it's going to keep our employee retention rate up, and that it's going to promote a positive, comfortable work environment.
Yes,
Mhm.
Does everyone agree?
Mhm.
These?
Mhm.
those
Okay.
are good 3 criteria.
Okay, so why don't we go ahead and generate some possible solutions? So anything goes. Obviously, our problem is still going to be team management. So anybody have any possible solutions for problems? that systems-
I think one solution we could do is have a personnel meeting with
Okay.
every employee, and they obviously already know what the guidelines are. They're
Right.
just not following them. So just kind of reiterate the major problems we're having and how they fall with our policy book, and let them know that it's their safe place, that they can tell us if they're having problems with other workers, so on. And that way we just get kind of a feeling too, because you can tell in the meeting whether they're actually absorbing it or if they're just like,
Right.
yada, whatever.
Okay.
I feel the same way, that they should have like a group discussion, just trying to evaluate what's the problems within either certain individuals or as a whole, and also just following through with the whole zero tolerance policy that the boss actually gave them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just having a personnel meeting, assembling a seminar, just to kind of deal with the efficiency problems and to kind of correct those and to, go by the criteria of meeting the 3 months and the employee retention and all that good stuff. So just making sure that your company is as efficient as possible. I don't know. Anybody else?
Some other,
I think.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that the problem is like more rooted into like the culture of the company. So maybe a diversity and sensitivity training program.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I like that.
Would be
I was
beneficial.
gonna say that, yeah. I think that could probably start just an easy, quick fix would be either taking away the current policy or rewriting it to kind of just automatically stop the snowball effect that's going on right now with losing profits and making employees uncomfortable and mad. They don't want to work there anymore. So just start with either retracting the policy or taking away the point system or being judged based on if you hire people from a different background, or go ahead and stop that policy and then kind of reverse that by starting to implement some of this training on diversity, on prejudice, and things like that. So people, I don't think that some of these employees maybe were as aware
Yes.
that they were this way and that they were tending to hire a certain way. So I think that educating them on that would definitely help the problem as a whole.
I agree with that. I think the new policy was flawed from the introduction of it, and it should be repealed.
Yes, definitely.
And also, I think upper management needs to have a little bit better communication with
Mhm.
the lower managers, because they seem kind of
Right.
taken back when that was when the new policy was introduced, and it forced them to make changes too quickly without any kind of preparation or training program.
It seemed like they're on two totally different
They
wavelengths.
just
To become more efficient, I mean, communication I think is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing, for sure.
Okay,
Definitely.
so
those were some good ideas.
yes, so we can evaluate, and I think we really need to think these things through and
Yeah.
really put them against the criteria and see like what really would be the best solution.
And we can even try to combine
yes.
a couple solutions to make it one large solution.
Mhm.
And because we just need to make sure, you know, it fits each criteria. So, I really like the idea of the rewriting of the policy.
I think that needs to happen first
I
and
think
foremost.
that
Mhm.
is very important, and we can definitely get that done in 3 months.
Yes,
No doubt.
easy.
Rewriting the policy, I don't see that making employees feel like they are uncomfortable, or
Right.
I think that just reiterates the rules.
Right. I actually think that would help with all of the solutions because it's timely. It'll definitely help retain the employees that are currently mad about the policy. And I think they'll feel like they're being heard by the management. So I think that will help with them not wanting to leave so quickly because they feel like, oh man, the managers actually heard me. They're taking my feelings into consideration also. So I think that would help with all the criteria. And that's something we should keep in consideration for the solution.
While I think that's important, I also think it's very important to have some kind of, like he said, some kind of diversity.
Yes.
Just like a showing or like a little seminar or something to really open up the eyes of the ones
Right.
the ones that are causing the
Right.
problem.
Yeah,
Because-
not talking about it like just individually, but talking about it as a
Exactly.
whole.
And that won't make them. They won't feel as targeted if you do
No,
that.
just do it as a whole, and then
Because you don't want to single anybody out.
they may
Right.
they may have grown up that way.
Right,
They
they
don't
don't even-
realize they're
yeah.
even doing it, and
Mhm.
it's
They're
just
just going to work.
just kind of
what
to
they
open
know.
up their eyes.
Right. Okay, so what was some of our other solutions?
Team management.
Training seminars.
Yeah.
Training seminar. Okay, so
Confidential meetings, but I think we kind of rule that one out
Yeah, 'cause it's better to
because
do it as a
it'd be
group.
better to do it as a group.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I guess if you did have more problems within the company after that, then you could do more individual talk within that certain
Right. If
employee
you like identify certain
Yeah.
to
people that
assess the
are
problem.
It did
Right.
seem like there was just one or two employees that were creating
Yes.
the
Yeah.
environment for most people, so
So-
maybe have individual meetings with them
Right.
before the training.
And I don't think that necessarily you have to totally make it comfortable for those people that were causing the problems. I think that you should make them aware, and if they aren't ready to change, then they're just not going to be able to. Right.
Yeah, out with the old and everything. Yeah.
Because it's definitely a huge problem in moving.
Because if we want to meet the goals within 3 months, then
yeah,
we're gonna have
it's
to
3 months.
knock it out and not have to wait around and have people holding down the company.
Right, and one bad apple can spoil the whole bunch.
There you go. Yep.
So, for our final thing, are we kind of wanting to just merge the
I think so, yeah.
rewriting the policy and having that seminar
Right.
diversity program?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I feel, as we've gone over, it
That
meets all 3
is
criteria. Both of them do, and
An
that's something
efficient
we
process. Yeah.
can both do while fitting the criteria
So you want to rewrite the policy and
The seminar.
and have it
okay,
diversity.
Diversity.
And sensitivity training.
in sensitivity.
And they all require communication, so.
Right.
That's the most important
Yes.
thing.
And that's just so easy to set up. I mean, a seminar, you can get that next week. I mean, it's not
Exactly.
anything that's
Yeah.
going to take time, and I think that they're just lacking education at this point.
It's just ignorance.
Right,
And,
right.
And ignorance sounds like such a harsh word, but
They're just not aware.
They're just not aware.
Yeah. Okay, so to conclude this meeting, so the purpose of the meeting was to solve the team management problem at Systems Computers, and we are planning to do this by rewriting the policy and holding diversity and sensitivity training, and therefore we will meet the goal. So I think we did.
I
Within
think
3
we had a
months.
good
Within 3 months.
Within the 3 months.
And
It'll be comfortable. It'll be a positive environment for everybody, and we'll definitely retain the employees that want to work for the company. Good employees.
And that we need.
Right.
let's go do it.
All
then.
right.
All right.
Perfect.